Welcome to the Celo Go series. In this series, we'll be looking at how we can use the Celo blockchain clients written in Go, which you can find in this repository, celo.org, Celo blockchain, to perform like a series of things that, you know, for those that have been using JavaScript, like tools like ethclient and all of those things to perform, this would be all done in GoLang. We are going to be doing things like setting up a client connection to the Celo blockchain, either Fajoras, mainnets, it's the same thing. We get reading account balance from our Go code, reading token balances, generating a new wallet, like generating a new private key, generating a key store that can be protected with like password, like a file, private key, querying blocks on the Celo blockchain, querying transaction, subscribing to a new blog, creating a transaction, you know, generating Go bindings, which you will come to understand what that is soon. Is simply generating, say, an implementation of your smart contract code in Go, such that you can interact with your smart contract like in Go code. Okay, deploying a smart contract from your Go code, reading smart contracts bytecode, and subscribing to like event log, right? We'll see all of these things in this series. So in the first episode of this series, which is this video, what we are going to be doing is trying to just explore, like, I will explain a bit of, like just an overview of this, and we would clone this and then create it like a client connection and use that to like print out a few things like the block number, like block heights, like a few things like that. So to get to this repo, we'll just simply go to the Celo GitHub repo. One of the pins repository is Celo blockchain. I don't know why I clicked that fast. Okay, you would say, it says that it's the official GoLang implementation of Celo blockchain based off of the official GoLang implementation of the Ethereum protocol. So first thing first, this particular code was forked from Go Ethereum. So and which a lot of blockchain also did. Celo is EVM compatible, so it really makes sense to have done that. If you come and open this, you would see Ethereum, Go Ethereum. You would see like it's very similar, like mostly similar, right? You'd see even the packages that are inside are aligned the same way, right? So going back to this, it's like a fork of it, okay? And some of the executables that are like important, you would see here, you would see gets, which is like the main Celo blockchain client itself. We are going to try this out and just run it basically to see how that works. And then is the API gen tool that actually helps you generate a Go code, like Go code for your smart contract. Then there is boot node, which is a stripped down version of this, right? You know, it only takes part in network discovery. And then there's this tool, EVM tool. There's get RPC test. There's RLPO dump. Okay. Um, so like in this repo, like there are like several packages that are with it. Like a few ones that you would like that we are going to use that you would say is, for example, for accounts, it's basically like things that are related to like accounts, like creating a wallet also. Okay, you would see common like common utilities, basically some things like, say, like an address common utility, for example, like converting from address to X, from X to address, like all of those things are in this particular package. For And there is core, there is ETH clients. This is like this helps with like if you want to like create like a client connection, it's a client sort of like handles that. Okay, and just to go back here, um, you would see like building. If we want to, for example, build these Celo clients Go implementation. If we want to build it, it says here that we can run make gets just to be able to get this blockchain client, or we can run make call. If we run make call, we are going to get all of these executable builds, and then there is make iOS for mobile clients. Let's look at the make files just so to export that. You see the make file basically as go bin, and then here it says LSB exists. This command is just to check the LSB release if it's down, or if you run this on a Mac, it will give you empty, which would default to down here, which makes sense. But then let's look at make gets here. You'd see what make gets simply does is go run, which is env go one module equals on. What this simply means is that after Go version 1.11, where Go treats things like package, like you can have your packages in your projects, as opposed to putting your projects in like the Go root folder. So it's basically like doing go run build /ci.go install command gets, right? Let's see where that is a bit. Let's just go through that. I just want to kind of explain it a bit. ci.go. Yeah, and as you see here, when you run that, it gets a flag here and it says if it is go. Let's see, purge docker archive links and go test go install, and then it's going to do install here. Let me go back to the make file. Yeah, this is go install, right? Then it will sort of like run all of those and do get. Okay. Alright, see, and go all, we simply just install like everything, all of those, and the binary file would be generated and put into build, I think. Yes, it's going to place into, no, it's going to place into build. We'll test that out like shortly to be able to see where it's going to get placed actually. So that being said, let's just give like a little overview of some things. I mean, we are going to go deeper into as we go in the series. The first thing you want to do is to clone this repository. I usually like to download like a stable release, but I've actually tested it out. Like the main master branch and everything's fine because I'm seeing this failing, so I usually like to just go for a stable release. So I am using GitHub Desktop, so I can just simply open with GitHub Desktop. But I'm sure I've cloned this, but just to confirm I've not deleted it again. Let's just try that. Clone this. Okay, yeah, I have this cloned. Let me just like open this. Nope, I want to be a master branch. Okay, good. Let me open this in my code editor, in my IDE. I use GoLang, so I'm just fine. This is just me playing around a lot of things. Before I use GoLang, so GoLang. Now, if I open my Celo blockchain, like what I've cloned, right? The first thing I'll do is open my terminal, and the first thing that we need to try out, I want us to try to like install Gets, which is like the client implementation, and it says to do that we should run make get. Now, in order to be able to follow along and everything is fine, you need to install Go, but I expect that if you are following this GoLang series, you'll have installed Go. But it's important you need to install Go, latest version, and then you need to install this Solidity compiler. You can use npm to install Solidity compiler. That's really like very, you can follow the documentation here, install in Solidity. Let me see. Yeah, this just work. npm install sol c. Let me see the version I have. Okay. Why is that? Version. I need to be one of these. Yeah. My Solidity compiler I'm using is version 0.8.17, and you also need to install Go. I mean, depending on the system you're using, install Go. Download and install Go. I usually like to go with the official doc when I'm installing things like this, because then you can download it. Let me close. GoLang. Alright. So let us run make gets. Okay. Now see, it's only that command we talked about. Go run ci boot. So make get. You can safely ignore all of this. Now it's supposed to like take longer from all of these things to like run. And the reason why it's not taking longer is because I have done this recently and it has downloaded most of the packages that I need, the Go packages needed, right? Or the Go modules needed. So you see it says run this build bin get. Now why it says we should run that is because if we come to build, you come to bin, and then you see this is the binary, right? So if we do this gets, I think help, yeah, that's it. Okay, and we can also do like get console. As you can see, it says starting get on Celo mainnets, all of this, map network, initializing state bloom. Alright, and you know, it looks like it's trying to start a full node or something, but you don't need any of those. So now you have like get installed. Okay, another thing we can see again is, I know there is get accounts new, for example. As you can see, it's generating, it's trying to what this does is like create a new like account, like a new wallet or something. So maybe I do 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. See, this generates like a new like key stuff for me. So you can like take your time to explore more as to how this works. Like you can explore more and look at, you know, what else you can do with get. Okay, now that being said, what we'll do next is let us create like a new Go project, and then we will try to connect to the Go Ethereum blockchain using this. All right, so let me do that by coming here and doing new projects. Now this is easier because I'm using GoLang. I would expect that if you are using, say for example, VS Code, you just need to create a new project, create a new folder, and then do Go mode in it, inside of it. So I'd like to, for some reason, still use 1.18. I'll call it Go Celo series. Go Celo series is what I'll call it. Create. Alright, so all I have here is this Go Celo series, and then I have this. Okay, now let's create main sample application. Alright, that's good. So the next thing we're going to do again is run go get. with go get, let's see. So let's run go get this. Let me probably close one of my, I'm sure my system is freezing on these things. Sometimes you're surprised that using an M2 doesn't count much. Okay. Let me also close this project. Alright. Now let's go back here. Good. Let me open my terminal. Yeah. Let's do go get this guy. I have to remove. Okay, go get. Okay, module class part as this and it's this. Let me see. Let me run go mod tidy and let me close this and let me confirm if it's the same thing. If I go to the go packages repo, oh yeah, let me try to install this again. Go get this passing go to module class part as this, but required as so what I will try to do here. Let me import this and try to use my editor to bring it in. ethclient, ethclient. Yeah, seek dependencies. Let's see. You can see it's like fetching and scanning a file here, so I don't know why it's throwing me that, but now it's not fetching it, so let's try to use it now. Again, here's my PC just like loading and loading a bit. ethclient. It's saying go if I found this in GitHub. Go go. Let me install like the stable version, which is, and let me see the difference. If it makes any difference, let me just see. It's not supposed to be this dramatic, but stable version says 1.7.3, so let me try that. Go get at v1.7.3. Okay, there we go. That worked. Okay, good. That works. So the module that we want to use from this in order to connect to a client is this module, right? ethclient. So let's try this out. ethclient dot DAO. There is DAO here and there is DAO contest. Let me use DAO contest, right? DAO contest. Let me create a new contest. Contest dot to do, because it's not like we know what we want to use our contest for now. And this will be the URL. And what does it return? A client connection and error. So pointer to a client. So let's just put it client and error. So the URL here will be the URL, like RPC URL to connect to say Celo Alpha Juret. Let me get that. Celo Alpha Juret RPC URL. Let's just put this directly inside. Yeah, and here, error. So if error, just panic error. Else now we have our client connection. So let's try several things. Let's say fmt dot print new line clients dot, say we can get block number, balance ads, right? In this case, call contract, code at chain ID, estimate gas, filter log, network ID. So let us like do a few things. So for example, let's get the block number contest. Let's use the same contest. Let's just do CTS and let's just bring this into a variable. CTS. Let's call this CTS. Okay. And just so I don't forget, once we do clients.this, we can do defer clients.close. We don't want to leave that open every time. Okay. And it's always good to put your close before your checking of error, because what if it panics here, then it doesn't close, it's fine. What else can we get here? Let's say client dots chain ID, client dots let's just say Coinbase address. Yeah, and that will be all. That's fine. Now let's run this by doing go run main.go go mode tidy. trying to run go run in here. Okay. Alright, that's it. That gives us like this. Um, and the reason why I'm sure the other one is nil is because let's see, it returns, it checks if there's an error. So let's just take that into factor. Let's take that into consideration by doing block num comma error and this. Then let's try this out. Chain ID. And finally, let's try this out, which is what does this do anyway? Coinbase retrieves full nodes Coinbase, and it says we should pass like an address to it. Okay, let's see. Coinbase. It says we should do common dot address. It's supposed to be, let's see, address should be common dots from X. Let's see. Let me just simply copy one address there. Let's see. And what does this return? It returns bytes. No, what we need is something that returns an address. We have from S here. Trying to look like a method that we need here in order to return an address for us. That should come to mind. Because Coinbase takes what again? Common address. We point out to common address. So yeah, let's see. Common or returns an address here. Byte to us, byte to address. Okay. Okay, if this is byte to address, we can just try this again. Okay. Address. So what does this return? Returns an address. What was this expecting? Command address, and what did he get here? So what is the complaint here? This returns Coinbase pointer to address. Cannot use type address. Cannot use type address as type context or context. So what it takes is it takes contents and return address. So my bad then, because I was wondering what is happening here. So this returns an address, right? Takes a context. So print address dot the string. All right, let's run that again. I was almost confused there. TSP recipient must be. Now I don't know why this is failing by saying TSP recipient must be explicitly. This is supposed to pass this, and there is really nothing that we're not passing here. So I'll just leave that to it right now. Okay, great. So you would see right here it's saying that the current block number is this, and then the chain ID is 44787. So in this first episode, we just basically did like explore through the Go Celo clients, and then we also try to use that to make line connection to the Celo Alphagero's testnet. In the next episode, we will be doing like more stuffs. Basically, we are going to be using that connection to get account balance, and also use that to get token balance and do a series of other things. See you in the next video. Thank you.